Hey, family, and welcome back to Her Reality Check. I am your host, Madison Johnson, and you already know the tea. This podcast is all about love, the good, the bad, and the delusional. And yes, I've been that girl and sometimes still am, but I stand on this. God did not create us to settle, so grab your wine, get comfy, and let's dive into today's reality check. The title of this episode is Strings Attached. Y'all, it's going to be so good. We're going to talk about different types of attachment styles and love bombing. I don't know about y'all, but me personally, I've experienced love bombing, and I can't say that I've love bombed someone, but they might disagree. I don't know. But before we get into the tea, I have to introduce my fabulous guests. So first, ladies first, I'm going to come back to you, Matt, is Miss Promise McCree.
How y'all doing? Hi, everybody.
Promise is a Dallas-based author, poet, songwriter, publisher, and nonprofit advocate. Passionate about creating safe spaces for creatives, she draws from her own journey of healing to inspire, uplift, and empower others through art and community. So welcome, Promise.
Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you. So beautiful as always.
You. And then I'm going to introduce my cousin Matt. Yeah, y'all, we related. We keep it in the family.
Yes,
it says Matt brings experience in healthcare research and leadership. As a sterile processing technician at North Suburban Pain and Spine Surgery Center, he ensures safety and accuracy in high-stakes settings. His background includes public health, research, and serving as a resident hall assistant, supporting students directly. Outside of work, he enjoys reading novels, watching sports, and gaming, approaching his hobbies with the same curiosity and energy he brings to his career. So welcome to my amazing guest. Thank y'all for being here. Before we get into the questions, y'all know I have to do the wine of the day. Of course, it's Stella Rosa. So
good.
It's good. Y'all like it?
Very sweet.
It's like pineapple. We got a what?
No.
I think it is pineapple. Yeah.
You got to swirl it.
You got swirl it?
Yeah,
You
and
got
then
to
do
swirl
like a
it.
little...
And then when you taste it, you kind of chew it and bring it up to your teeth. You know, we get
So I can bring some-
one-on-one. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. 10 for it, 10 for it.
Let's see. Oh.
Let's see.
Did you chew it?
Did you bring it up to the teeth or did you just...
It's right on teeth. Actually, I like that. Yeah.
It's good.
It's a good technique. It's a good technique.
Okay, I like that. Okay, so let's just get into the questions. So I want to start off with the basic question: what are attachment styles and the different types of styles? So I have the definition, but I want to hear y'all's perspectives on what attachment styles are. So whoever wants to start.
I can start. What are attachment styles to me? Actually, no. We're gonna give it to the Scorpio. I wanna know you because I know, but I wanna.
Okay, bet. I feel like with attachment styles, it could be under umbrella things because I don't think it just be relegated to relationships. I think it's also how you deal with friendships, how you deal with conflict. I guess just how you approach facets of life. So I think there's just people might have a tendency to maybe when they're more anxious, so they got to think about their words, or they get to overthinking. Or you have somebody that's more avoidant, where they feel once stuff start boiling to the top, they nah, I got to push it back down, or remove themselves from situations. So I think it really encompasses a lot of things, though. I don't think it's just one said, I guess, term. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a couple things. It just involves a lot of aspects of life. That's how I look at it.
Okay.
When I think of attachment styles, like how Matthew stated in a nutshell, but I feel like you can look at that as codependency. Relationships, that's supposed to be an addition to what you have going on, to who you are. It shouldn't encompass, your whole identity and your whole being. So I feel like we tend to get attached to that, or we have at least in some form or fashion. So yeah, I feel like that's something I know I personally have grown from, not... your boyfriend, your man is not your child, even though you don't mean to do that.
Yeah.
That nurturing, that love, that, and sometimes that can get misconstrued. That you can taint yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
I've definitely had someone tell me my mama, da, da, da. I'll be like, whoa, I wasn't trying to be. I was just trying to be your best
I'm just trying to help you, trying to guide you. But we need that reality check sometimes.
Yeah. Period. Reality check. But okay, so the definition that I found from my best friend ChatGPT said attachment styles describe how people form emotional bonds and interact in relationships, kind of how y'all said.
Okay.
It says especially romantic ones based on their early experiences with caregivers. So basically kind of how you grew up can sometimes develop your attachment style. And it says there are 4 primary attachment styles stemming from the attachment theory, and it says it was originally developed by John Bowlby and later expanded by someone named Mary Ainsworth. So yeah, I got this. I was trying to get my facts right, but
Yes, educate us.
yes. So the first attachment style is a secure attachment style. And it says you're comfortable with closeness and independence. You trust others and you communicate well, formed from consistent loving care. So that's a pretty good attachment style, is being like secure. Then there's anxious attachment style. It says you kind of crave closeness, but you fear abandonment, and you often need reassurance, and you can be kind of clingy, and it's formed from inconsistent caregiving. So that's like the anxious attachment style. Then there's avoidant. It says you value independence and you avoid emotional closeness. You may seem distant or emotionally unavailable, and it's formed from emotionally distant caregivers. So it's like sometimes it's like you want it, but you're just gonna avoid it because you don't want to be hurt. And then it says fearful avoidant. It says it's want closeness, but you fear being hurt. So it's kind of a mixture of the two. And it says it can be unpredictable or conflicted in relationships, often linked to trauma or chaotic caregiving. So I wanted to ask y'all, I know that was a lot of information, but which one do you think kind of resonates with you the most?
I would probably say the anxious one. Not that I'm really more so anxious. I just kind of hope, like in the back of my mind, like the energy that I'm giving is being reciprocated, the reassurance, even though I'm confident as a woman, as a human being, but I still need that reassurance. You know, I feel like that's nothing. That's something that's non-tangible. So I feel like it should be easy to give. But if somebody doesn't give that to themselves, that's when it becomes like, okay, now I'm asking for too much.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I feel like that's the one that I identify with.
Okay. What do you think?
I would say I've been classified as avoidant. You could probably ask some of my exes; they'll say I'm avoidant. But I would say with the avoidant stuff, I do value my independence. I like having that agency because through my lens, I feel like whenever it's a relationship or a partnership, you know, I feel like the best thing to do is to give somebody the space to still be themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
That independence.
Yeah. And I feel like in them situations where I felt like I was losing that, that's when I was like, ooh, like I throw the hook.
Yeah.
I'm finna reel it back in. No, I don't want it. Like, or I'm a, try to exit stage left. So I would say avoidant, but I think the biggest thing for me is just being able to like identify like when I see it to know like, okay, I can feel like this, but I ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying, act exactly how I feel on my emotions. You can't control emotions, but you can control how you react to them.
And that's what I wanted to ask you. Like, how do you do it? Because you said that you get avoidant or you kind of like want to pull back. How do you pull the plug? Do you just cold turkey or?
It could be a few things I've seen with me. Like I can kind of shut down emotionally. Like if I'm the type in an argument, I feel like if it's getting hot, we getting heated, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we get to using words. Like I've been in situations where like, I got trigger words. You can call me anything. You can call me slow. You can call me dumb. You can call me ugly, fat. But one time I got called a bitch ass nigga.
Ooh.
Now, do I feel like I was deserving of being called in the moment? I'm not gonna say I wasn't culpable for the stuff, but at the same time, I feel like I was losing my agency. Where like, damn, she don't respect me enough to, just call me by my name. I don't care if you're mad. You call me stupid. I'm cool, but
but she called you out your name. That
did it. I would say stuff like that. So I feel like when you like violate my boundaries, and again, I go back to the agency stuff. Like as soon as I feel that, I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to go. But I would say I'll try to tailor that better. Like I don't have to exactly just pull the plug. If I get the feeling like that now, I'm like, hey, I appreciate what you said. Boom, boom, boom. Like let's talk about it. But beforehand or like coming up, yeah.
So you think that like avoidant attachment style, because when I was reading about it, I was like, I wouldn't know how that feels, because like I kind of agree with you. I'm more of like an anxious attachment style. Like I want that closeness, but I do fear like the abandonment aspect. Like I always feel like, okay, someone's here, but it's almost like when I was researching, it's like it's too good to be true. So I kind of like draw back. So when it comes to that avoidant one, I feel like I've probably dated a lot of people who have that avoidant attachment style, and sometimes it can be perceived as like nonchalant.
Yeah.
Do you think you're nonchalant in ways? I mean, I know you as my cousin, so I would be like, oh, he's not nonchalant at all. But
it's a
dating
side
is
of him
different.
you probably, and just like
It's
it's a side of you, you know, y'all are just not gonna see. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I would say, I think the nonchalant. Ooh, actually, I got a
that's a trigger word. I don't like that.
I got a spiel.
I don't like that because what are you so careless about? What do you care about?
So you don't like nonchalant?
I don't like that because I'm passionate about everything I do. To know me, I'm passionate. You don't have to be my friend. Like, I speak with passion. I move like that. So it's just like you have to give that back. That's a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Like, keep that nonchalant. We too old for that anyway. It's either you care or you don't.
Yeah.
You will or you won't.
Nah.
It's no gray area with me.
No, I wouldn't say I'm nonchalant though. I would just say I'm very just like laid back, easy going. Like I'm with the mindset like what they feed me don't make me shit, or like what's that saying?
I've never heard of that. What is it?
I might be messing up the saying, but
Maybe I think you were supposed to go along with it.
Yeah,
and say, I know what you think. I couldn't even. It was that
you
kind
supposed to co-op that. Yeah, you supposed to.
I couldn't even.
It's okay.
What Ashley said, I couldn't even catch a drift. I couldn't even catch that.
Okay.
Like I was lost.
I lost my paddle too. I can't drift.
Oh, bless your heart. No, bless your heart.
But no, I would say with that, I just feel like I wouldn't say I'm nonchalant. I'm easygoing. I feel like I'm the type. I feel like I run into the type of people that just like to argue just to argue. So I think in those situations, they probably call me nonchalant. But I feel like, you could be passionate. Again, I'm not saying, I always try to validate your feelings, but I feel like the moment you get to, you just want to jump off just cause, then I can kind of be a little cold. But no, for the most part, I say I'm pretty laid back. I won't get the nonchalant label.
Okay. So do you feel like y'all's attachment styles that you feel like resonate with you are healthy?
Yes, because I'm aware of my emotions. That's one thing that I feel like my friends or even past lovers could say, like, I'm very clear. I'm very, like, reasonable. Like, and like, again, I feel like my love language is what I ask for, what I enjoy is non-tangible. I mean, we like the money, we like the spoiling, don't get me wrong, but I feel like mostly what I know I need to feel like, okay, this relationship is sufficient, this is healthy, it's non-tangible. So if you can't give that, then I just feel like, okay, now you just being an asshole. Because I'm so easy to get along with, like, romantically and platonically. So yeah, we're not changing that. We just
I like that. Do you think your attachment style is healthy?
The avoidant is healthy. I don't think it's healthy. Like with the no, for real. Like with that we laugh about it, but I would say with the shutting down part. No, I've gotten better at that though. Like
good.
I got better
we love that.
I got better at like regulating. Like I'm saying, like if I'm reaching that boiling point, like have I been taking care of myself? Have I been doing X, Y, Z to make sure that like I'm in the best mental space to deal with what the day has to offer.
And that's what I was going to ask you. Why do you feel like you shut down? This sounds like a therapy session.
Right? No, I don't know.
It's a reality check.
Yeah, right. I guess you call it a cope mechanism. Like think about it like a turtle. They get afraid or scared. I guess that's the best way I can.
Scared of getting hurt. Is that what it is, or?
No, I think losing my agency, like losing you not giving me the space to be myself. Because I think that's the most important thing. Like we come together, but we're still two separate people. And I feel like the second I'm taking that away from you, that's a problem. And if you do the same to me, that's a problem.
You're the first Scorpio I've met that can clearly define and set those boundaries with the two. Because the most I know, they.
Nah, they. I mean, it's a lot of us. I feel like a lot of us get a bad rap, but a lot of us don't help either.
Yeah,
you got a lot of people that be on BS.
Look at you taking accountability for your sign.
Emotional intelligence. Too. Like you have to be very self-aware to recognize these things. I think at one point, I was not very self-aware of like my triggers and stuff, but I noticed like I craved like that closeness with people, but like I was just so scared of being close to people. So I literally always said, like, when I literally used to give people advice, they're like, oh, how do you just get along with everyone? I was like, oh, I keep every relationship surface level. And they were like, I was like, I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, I don't let people get that close enough to me too, where it could become anything where I get my feelings hurt. So
when do you know, for you, Maddie, like, when do you know, like, okay, this is safe, like, this is okay, like, I can get close to he or she, platonically and romantically?
Yeah. I think I could speak to my friends. Like when I started meeting my friends, it was actually some of my line sisters. That's who I really got close with. I think with them, it was more so like when I would say something, they would kind of like understand what I was saying or agree. They were like, "Oh yeah, like that was me too." I was like, "Oh, okay." So that's a little bit more safeness I feel because you can kind of relate to that. I think like my first line sister that I actually got close with, Artemis. I think I told her like kind of how I grew up. I was like, I went to a predominantly white school. She was like, "Oh yeah, me too." I was like, "Oh, okay, well, let's see what else." Because I'm like, you kind of get where I'm going to come from on a lot of things because we experience the same stuff. So I think just seeing those little things that you relate to on a platonic level is like, okay, maybe we can be like good friends. Like I could see this growing into like a strong like friendship, which is what it did. When it's in relationships, I think for me, when I started telling them like my morals and my values, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm kind of the same way." I'm like, "Oh, when I want to date, I want it to be kind of like in a traditional way." They're like, "Oh yeah, me too," and they start telling me how they were raised in a traditional home and they value those same things. I'm like, "Okay, so you're kind of gonna understand where I'm coming from on a lot of things." Right. I think that's when I start to feel that safeness, but. Right. Sometimes it's still scary because it's like they can come across one way and really they just say that. Yeah, they switch it up. But what do you think? How do you know
that I have like that safe space?
Yeah.
To be honest, I really haven't even tried to pursue anybody seriously because of like my trauma and what I'm working through. I mean, we know, like, and I just feel like the type of man that I need once I decide to like, okay, that's what I'm ready for. They don't have to be a caretaker, but you got to know it might be instances at 2:00 in the morning. We got to go to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? At 4:00 in the morning, my body is going into shock. Like it's just different things like that. Like it's random. I can't plan for it. I just anticipate it, and we're best prepare myself. But I feel like I need a man that knows how to like take charge. Like if you're gonna lead, then I'll give you that. I'll give you the autonomy to do that. But the moment that you show me that, like I'm very strict on that, I pull back. Like, and it's not rude, it's not ugly, it's not distasteful. I'm not trying to belittle you or your manhood, but I just know what I need, and I got to be my biggest advocate because, we make it look easy, but it's not.
Yeah. So, and if you don't like advocate for yourself, who will?
Exactly.
I want to know like you actually before that you mentioned like your trauma and the things that you've gone. If you want to talk about it, if you're comfortable.
Okay.
I know like
we got the wine, so that's okay. So it made 2 years on the 4th of September. I was hit and ran over by 2 vehicles. And my body was split in half. So I'm like bionic woman. I'm like over half my body is all metal inside. I don't have my full range of motion in my left arm. But like I said, you would never be able to tell really. But I don't know. I have to treat myself with a different type of specialty and a different type of care. And I've always been about me and my self-care and pouring into me. But now it's more so like, okay, you have to do it. Like you can't have a day where you forget, to take your medicine or put your cream or soak in your Epsom salt or, so that teaching myself how to care for me is teaching me how to tell people how to treat me because you can't expect everybody to know how to do it. Everybody doesn't have the heart that I have, and that doesn't make them a horrible person, but I have to literally tell them or guide them, hey, like this works, this doesn't work. I'm comfortable with this. I'm not comfortable with this. Like my social anxiety, I just got used to really just being in crowds of people. And aside from me being a public speaker and an artist, that's just, when the lights and the cameras are on. But when it's off, I want to go in my shell. And it's like, how do I mitigate that when I'm not behind a camera or in front of a camera? So yeah, like everything is like baby steps. But like dating, I haven't rushed into that because I'm very intentional. And I just feel like I'm 24 or 25 years old. Like I'm grown, like I'm not doing a talking stage. No. You got to know what you want when you come to me because I'm going to know what I'm doing. So.
Yeah. So are you like dating? Are you looking for like a life partner? Like you want to get married?
I want to have like 8 kids. I want to have a farm. I want and I say this, those that get it. I want my man to love me so much and value me so much that he keeps me pregnant.
You want that? You want that Russell Wilson?
But I like that. I like that.
That's what I'm saying. Those that get it, I don't like. It's just I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying?
You
like
want that Russell Wilson?
yeah,
Sierra?
you know what I'm saying. I want you to look at me and just be in awe. Like this is really my wife. Like this is me. You know what I'm saying? Because we're a representation of each other. And I want legacies. I built a great legacy, and I'm still expanding on that. So yeah, I want those seeds to grow. You know, and I've lived. I can't say, oh, I didn't get to go to college. Oh, I didn't get to do this. Oh, I have like 9 lives. You know me. You know, I have like 9 lives. So it's like once I get started, I'm not gonna feel like I'm holding back anything or I didn't get the experience. They're gonna be on a ride with me too. Like, you know.
I love that. I like what you said about how you have to teach people how to treat you, because that's true. Like some people don't know how to treat you, or they only know what they've been shown. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And sometimes showing them something new can open their eyes to an experience that they might actually want for themselves. So I like that. And I want to ask you, what about you? How do you feel about that? Like, what are you looking for?
Like, what am I looking for in somebody I'm trying to date? Like, take seriously?
Yeah, like in a relationship.
In a relationship. It's just a few things. I'm simple. Like, I just want the mutual respect. Yeah, I just want the mutual respect. Give me space to be myself. And what else? I mean, you got to have somebody. Well, boundaries and respect kind of go hand in hand, but I would say that for sure. I want to bring that up. And then, shit, I want you to love me for the goofy shit. I want you to love me for the serious stuff. I want you to love me for everything. So, you know, I'm simple.
When you say simple, can you like
expound on it? Like,
what's simple? Yeah, because men love to say I'm simple, but when you get down to it, it's really not simple. So, what do you mean?
I love how she's like challenging what you say.
I want to understand. I want to understand.
No, it's good. No, it's good. We got to have these conversations because, like, I feel like everybody feel like men on this side, women on this side. It's like, no, we should be right here, meeting in the middle. But I would say to say simple, man, no, like just to go back to what I said with respect and the boundaries and just loving me for me, like love the goofy sides, love the bad sides, you know, love all the things that make me me. Like kind of just, you don't love the idea of me, you actually mess with me. Like take away the, like if you were to take away the clothes, take away, just strip me down to my, if you just strip me down to my bare self and you see me, like when I'm vulnerable, you see me when I'm hype, you see me when I'm up, when I'm down, and you still rocking with me. That's it. That's just what I want at the end of the day.
Yeah. The idea of you, I feel like men and women, we both need to understand that. Like it's different, like in the idea versus actually liking someone for them. Like I've experienced that.
The infatuation, or like people get what's the word? I think it's like the infatuation of it. Like people just kind of lean into it's like celebrities. Like you put somebody on that pedestal and you kind of see them as like otherworldly or like they paranormal or supernatural. Not supernatural, that's the wrong word. But like you get what I'm saying. Yeah. You just have them so elevated. That's not natural. It's not good. Because it comes with expectations. And then I feel like because you set those unrealistic expectations when they fall short. Yeah. And the thing is, I feel like people now, really, I feel this is our generation. People don't want to meet people where they at. People want to be like, oh, well, I want her to be boom, 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 boom. But she might be working through something. She might have gone through this. She might have gone through that. She's on her way to get there. But I feel like people don't want to like be along for the ride. Everybody want like the overnight, like build. Yeah, everybody want to like.
No, say it.
I feel like some guys want like a build a bitch. Like they just want to like she gotta have it. Boom, boom, boom. But like, are you cultivating that? Are you helping her get to that? Are you helping her do this to get to where you want her to be or where you think she could be? And I think that's where people mess up in seeing the potential of people. That's the thing. I think people automatically see the potential and they stamp it and they're like, boom, like this is gonna get there immediately. But no, like sometimes it takes time.
I like that.
But I also feel like I don't want to be I'm sorry, man. Like,
talk to me. Talking.
I just feel like I hear you. But it's like now you gotta set a boundary because not every person that you pour into or that you meet in the middle, like how you said, you're going to experience them once they get to the point that you thought you wanted them to be at initially. Like, I know I've learned, like, I don't want to build any man up just for another woman to.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
The benefits. Yes. Like, I'm not for that. Like, I just can't afford emotionally, mentally, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that because what's in it for me? What do I get? A pat on my back? You know, like a sticker? Like that doesn't make me feel good. Like yes, it makes you feel good because you know, like, okay, you're capable of teaching, of guiding, you know, in hindsight when you look back, but in that moment, you're not looking for a round of applause. You know, they're not telling you thank you. You know, they're on to the next person, on to the next phase in their life or whatever chapter.
Yeah,
I think, and we don't have any control over that, but I just had to like point that out because
I saw a post about that on TikTok. A girl was like, nobody talks about the girl before they met the one, and I was like,
the work that she put in,
to make you like, not to make you, but like to help you get to where like you're the best version of yourself now for this other woman. And I thought about that. I was like, wow, like I can't imagine how that girl feels like knowing like I helped
him get there.
Yeah. And even
for men, I know, I'm sure it's men, you know, that feel the same way too. Like the feeling goes both ways, but for sure, like,
it's like a joke people make, but they were like, sometimes if you like stray away from like your type or the kind of guy, I would say like the kind of guy that I would go for, and I give him a chance, and he started feeling himself, and then
because you got so much dip on your chip, like this ain't that, that ain't this, no.
But for real, like that happens. Like they start, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't want to be like, don't forget where we started. But
you don't want to be that person, but sometimes like, you know,
you gotta bring people back.
I need you to remember.
But I think that's why love's such a gamble though. You never know like what you're gonna get, but when you like find it, when you hit that lucky number, you get that lotto ticket, like hold on to it. Like, you got something.
Yeah.
I get it though. Cause I think it's just hard because it's like it puts you in a place of damn, I'm vulnerable, I done did this, boom, boom, boom. And then the after effect, you feeling like, man, I done did this to get this person here, boom, 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 boom. But I feel like if you're just doing it for the love of the game and like you're gonna reap what you sow, like the harvest gonna come, but it just may not come when you expect it to.
Can you say that again for the men?
What, the harvest gonna come?
Young black men that are watching.
The harvest gonna come or before that?
All of it. The whole not, you know? Because like how you said, it's a gamble. We're not guaranteed. Y'all are not guaranteed to walk away, and I don't want any man to feel like, oh, I put my heart, my soul, my X, Y, and Z, and then they go back. It's like, why are you still holding on to hurt from when you were 15, 13, 18? Like, can we breathe? Can we like work through that?
Yeah. But you know, but then that's just up to the, I feel like that's just up to them to figure out like what they want. Or like, do you want to take accountability and do you want to take your culpability in this messed up pie? Like, you want to get a slice of the pie, but you ain't trying to bake to make it. So,
or at least buy the ingredients, the paste.
You feel me? Like little oil, eggs, nothing ain't gonna hurt you.
I like what y'all were talking about when it came to infatuation and like standards. I feel like that I want to kind of transition because we were talking about the attachment styles, but love bombing and how that happens and why that happens.
Please, let's get into it.
So let's see. It says, okay, love bombing. Let me see before I tell y'all like the definition, what do y'all feel like the definition of love bombing is?
I have the honors?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Love bombing to me, I'm more of a situational when I give my definitions. I feel like it's you're being the ideal person. You know, you're telling them everything. You're giving that reassurance. You're the little things. You know, you're paying attention to the little things, and like you're just doing it. You're being that fairy tale prince that every woman would desire, love. We read about. We watch movies about. Yeah, that's love bombing to me.
Okay. I would say my definition kind of comes in the form of, I feel like there has to be like manipulation behind it, or like there's an intent to manipulate. And what I mean with that is, say said person hit you with a boundary, right? And because I feel like honestly with like relationships, it's better to be a slow cook, slow burns. I feel like you jump into something, you don't really get to know that person in and out, right? So I feel like with love bombing is somebody that one person may have set the boundary, and then the other person acknowledges but decides, you know what, I'm gonna try to supersede that or like go past it by, like you said, you know, showering them with the attention, the gifts, the monetary stuff, so they could get what they want. So I think with the love bombing, there's an intent to manipulate to get what you want. Or at least that's what I saw. Because I'm gonna ask y'all watch Love Island?
Yes.
Wait, you watch what?
Love Island.
I'm sorry, y'all.
You ain't typing in?
I just I think everybody is beautiful. Sunshine and rainbows.
Sunshine.
I don't watch. I don't watch it.
I mean, it was a big old. It was a big old social experiment. I felt like that's, but part of what I think you might have saw in there was like just people just like love bombing and saying all certain things. I think people figure out
about
and
Jeremiah.
I think people figure out that, but I would say that I would use those situations as like a clear cut love bombing.
I feel like you were reading my definition because it says love bombing is a form of manipulation where someone overwhelms you with excessive attention, affection, gifts, or praise, especially early in a relationship to gain control or influence. I was like, ooh, that's a perfect definition because that's true. Like, because I feel like what happens and what they do is they come in so strong and you're like, oh, like they're great, they're amazing.
Yeah.
So it's like when they pull back a little bit, you're going to notice any little difference if they're not coming with that same energy.
Same fire,
and starts playing like mind games with you. But what I learned about people who do things long enough, it develops a pattern. So it's like, just say you try this food like 3 or 4 times and it's good every time you try it. The 5th time you go, it's not good. You're not going to be like, oh, I'm not going again. You're going to be like, well, you know what? These past few times it was good. So let me just give it another chance.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not good again, but it's like, you know what? I know from the past, like it can be good.
Yeah.
So you keep trying and then you end up in a bad cycle. And it's like, oh, then you look down the road and you're like, how did I get here? And it's a hot mess because you didn't stop it in its tracks. So,
but let me play advocate right quick. We love bombing. I feel like, yes, manipulation is involved, but I also feel like, I can't believe I'm finna say this. I also feel like, yes, you know what you're doing. A person knows what they're doing, but I feel like the person that's doing the love bombing, they might not always be aware or be present that they're causing that. You know, they may genuinely be trying and they're going, you know, they're overextending themselves. They're going above and beyond, not because they're trying to manipulate you, because in their mind they're just like, I got, you know, the woman that I've wanted, or I got the man that I've wanted, so even though this isn't exactly in all my means to do, let me, you know, because in their mind they're thinking, okay, this is going to stand out to them because I can't do this on a regular, but if I'm doing this for them, okay, it must mean something. It's okay, you know. So I feel like that's also a perspective that goes into it.
Do you feel like sometimes people who do it unintentionally, they do it because they're like what you were saying earlier, they put this person on a pedestal. So it's like once they got them, they want to like show them how much they care. So they're kind of on a high from just being able, just from it's not even like a game, but like just because, oh, I got the prize. Now I'm like on cloud 9.
And now they're not knowing. Once you got to come down, you know, from that cloud eventually. And I think that's what people that do the love bombing, some, you know, that's what they resonate with. Like, that's not their intention, but it's like, you know, when you got to come down from it and they don't know how, it's no safety net, it's no cushion, it's no preparation for it. And I think that's where it's just like, you know, it's like that sigh, like, why, you know? Like,
that's good. It I have some more notes. It was like key signs of love bombing. So do y'all have like have you ever love bombed someone? I want to ask.
It's a safe space, Matthew.
No, I'm trying to think if I did, because if we're talking about like if it's subconsciously or you're not consciously thinking about it, I would say I did, and I ain't realize it because kind of speaking of what you said with you want to show this person that you want to show up for this person in said way, but then certain things may be outside your wheelhouse, and now you overextending, and it's not sustainable.
Right.
So then it looked like boom, boom, boom. Well, now he pulling away, doing do.
So how did you recognize that it was love bombing? Was it something that you noticed like immediately, or once you look back, you were like, oh?
It was look back because I didn't. Yeah,
when you were in it, you didn't.
Okay. No, I didn't. Yeah, in it, shucks. Yeah, in it, I didn't realize it, but definitely with some self, like looking back. Yeah, but then I've been on the other side of the coin too. I've been love bombed.
You've been love bombed?
How was it? Was it humbling?
I'm
not trying to.
No, I was like,
I'm trying to come for you, Matthew. I'm not.
Sure.
I just want to know. I just want to know. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I don't say it's humbling. I just
put you on the spot,
right? I don't even say it's humbling. I just took it as just a lesson.
So what did that look like?
What did it look like to me? Oh, it was the like, oh, I love you. We gonna move in together. Da da da. Boom boom.
So she said, "I love you" first.
Yeah.
Okay. Did that make you feel good?
Yeah, make me feel.
Did you say it back?
I said I got love for you.
Oh,
yeah, that would have pissed me off.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Cause again,
See, no.
yeah,
that would have hurt.
That
my
wouldn't-
feelings. That would have hurt my feelings. What do you mean you have love for me? I'm not your friend. I'm trying to be a lover. I'm trying to be.
yeah, but
I'm trying to be the one.
Yeah, I'm not trying to. I got love for you too, but what? Like
the red flags start popping up. Had a pivot.
that's just funny. I don't want to like. I heard that once.
I've heard that before.
They
too.
said it eventually, but it's like you should have said it then. You should have said it then. It would have meant everything to me in that moment. But then again, love to me is like more than liking. Like I'm a bit backwards. I feel like I love everybody. Like you know, I'm a lovable person. But for me to like you, if I tell you I like you, that means regardless how much you piss me off, you annoy me, or you didn't do something how I wanted it to be done, or I don't like the way that you express it, I still like you for you. I still appreciate you for you. So to me, that weighs more than me loving you, because I can love you and not want anything to do with you.
Yeah, I literally have said that. I'm like, I can love you. I don't have to like you though. Like, I'm gonna still love you, but I don't like you. That's crazy because I was what you said. Like, I have love for you. I think I talked about it the first episode, the situationship I had. I feel like it was almost looking back, almost a form of manipulation because, like, once we cut things off, it was still kind of like, you could cut things off and it's still kind of like, y'all.
Linger,
and,
or like still kind of linger around a little bit.
There. And so I think he came over one day and he was like, because I was really sad. This was the first time I ever cried in front of a man. I was like, Madison, stand up, get yourself together. Like, what is wrong? I was so mad at myself. But it was just like, the emotions took over me. I was so, it's not funny. I was mad in the moment. I was like, okay. I wanted to like slap myself. Huh?
I done cried over women. I've been there. Yeah.
But in her face?
Y'all need to. Men need to. Please cry. Okay. We need to see the emotion. We need to see something other than the nonchalant.
But I was like crying. I was like, he was like, I don't know why you're doing that. Like, I have so much love for you. I was like, I got so triggered.
See,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
My eyes started twitching. I was like, what does that mean? Like, tears dried up. I said, what does that mean? He was like, oh, like I have love for you. I was like, but you don't love me. Get out of my face. Because I don't know what this is. I don't know what you just said, but I don't like it. I don't like the way it made me feel.
What lesson did you get out of it?
I think start making. Well, I did make my intentions known. Like I said, it was a situationship. So at first I thought we were both like working towards a relationship. I didn't know a shift came in. But now I think the lessons I've learned is like, do check-ins. Like, okay, how are you still feeling? Are we still working towards a relationship? Like, I don't mind getting to know you first, starting off as a friendship, and we're building something towards a relationship. But once it gets to a certain point, okay, what are we doing? Because I'm not going to just sit here in the situationship boat with you for months and months. Like, it gets to a point. But I usually give people like, I think that's why I didn't notice it, because it had only been like a month. I do like the little 3-month rule, because I feel like you have to see people in multiple seasons. Like I need to see how you are when you're happy, when you're sad, when you're mad. Like I need
your money not right.
Yeah, that part. I need to see all these different stages to know, like, okay, do I really want to be with this person? Can I see myself with this person? So I think though, like just doing check-ins, seeing how we're feeling. Are we still on the same page? I think that's the lesson I learned from that. But it was a lot. I don't know. I didn't like it. I wouldn't do it again. Wouldn't recommend.
I feel like I went through one when I was in the hospital. My love story was like Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, I love that.
Like it was like kind of towards like the end, the middle end. We were friends, and like I knew like I was vulnerable, and I made it very clear. Even though I was off a lot of medications and I wasn't in the frame of mind that I'm in now, like I still recognize my emotions, and I would, tell him like, you don't have to be like Superman. Like you don't have to, like, if this isn't you, just stop. You don't have to come up here every day. Okay, my suite is decked out with people in here all the time, so you don't have to, do that if it's not really what you want to do. And he kept coming, kept showing up, kept like, just being the guy that you would want. That you would want to be there for you in a situation like that or in those circumstances. And it's like once he started to, see me get back in my element, and I'm getting back on stage, and I'm getting back to, doing public speaking. I'm just getting back to me and doing what Promise does. It was like, you would have thought that I love bombed him.
It was like a shift.
It was like a shift, and it was just like, in my mind, I'm like, you're supposed to be, proud of me. Like, like.
So what do you think? Do you think people sometimes like, trying to say how to word, only want you when you are in like a vulnerable situation, but like once they feel like you're back up, they don't want nothing to do with you anymore? Like,
I'ma say when he said what I'm about to say, it made it all make sense. We had like a conversation because I was like, I just need closure from it. And we had a conversation, and this was like later in the year. And I asked him, I was like, do you feel like I'm your type or I was out of your league? Like, I don't know what led me to ask him that, but sometimes you like, let's just ask him that. And I'm crying asking him that. And he was just like, honestly, Promise, like, I don't think you were in my league. Like, I feel like I went outside of what I should have, you know what I'm saying? And in his own way. And he was just like, you just, like, you're just out of my league. Like, that's just, and then I was like, so do you feel like the woman that you're seeing, that you're dating is, the one for you, or, she can meet you where you're at? And he was like, yeah. And when he said that, all tears just dried. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just like you can't argue that. I can't even be mad at you for that. I actually, kind of respect you for telling me that. I wish the other emotional stuff that happened didn't happen, but I'm glad like he was at least real enough to say that, because some men, they'll still hold on to that pride and that ego, instead of just telling you, okay, maybe you were out of my league. That doesn't mean that you're beneath me and I'm above you, but it's just my aspirations and my goals doesn't align with where you're at and the path that you're going at, and that's okay. So at that point I was like, it could have been love bombing, but obviously we were what we needed for that time. And sometimes that's all that you need. And I feel like we make it harder on ourselves when we try to keep people around longer. Like, people don't belong to us. Like, we have to know when to let go, and and when to just have grace with that. So
I think it's good to know, like, this person was good for this season. And I'm grateful for them for being here at that time. But maybe now this is just not who the person that I need. Like, and I think that's good to recognize that. And that was a big thing you said when it came to pride. A lot of men won't admit that. Like, and like, respect to him, because most men, they'll have like this weird, sometimes, I'm not saying that was his situation, but sometimes that not wanting to let go of that pride, not recognizing, well, they recognize, okay, this person might not be like for me. It turns into like a weird like jealousy, envy of your partner.
And that's what I started to like. And I'm just like, why are you not like
cheering me on?
I'm just like, where is the energy that you was giving me when I first stood on my feet? When I was walking with my walker, everything was peaches and creams, and it's like, as I really started to do more shows and get more opportunities, it's just like, this was my life before, when you met me, when we became friends. So it's like, what is it, like, and I get it. Like, he probably got comfortable just me being dependent or me always needing help. So me going from that to now, it's like, I don't really need that type of help. It's not that I don't need your help. I just don't need that level of help. And I guess I really didn't pay attention to how I could have better communicated that, because it takes two to tango. So, yeah.
How do you feel about that? Like, do you ever, have you ever felt like someone was out of your league or vice versa?
I felt like I was out of somebody's league. I'll say,
like, you would look at this person and be like, oh yeah,
like I never could have.
I could never talk to her. Like, you didn't see that person as attainable.
I would say when I was like talking about high school, yeah, but like I started getting older, I try not to put people on a pedestal again. Like, I never try to say like somebody's out of my league, because I mean, at the end of the day, like, you're still a person. Like, like, people be like, celebrities, oh, I can never get with them. Man, you pull away all that money, all the cars, pictures, all that stuff.
What do you have to offer?
Yeah, like, what they have to offer. So I just try to focus more on the person. Like, if they have if I feel like they could be an added benefit to me and I could do the same, like, it could be like a mutual, like, and everything's good, everything's great, and like, we both like not even supporting each other, but like, we're just both good for each other. Like, we bring out the best in each other. That's who I want to try to like beeline to go for. So
that makes sense what you're saying, because I've met people that do put people on such a high pedestal, and I'm like, at the end of the day, like, celebrity, this social media follow, none of that, that's still a person like that you're talking about. I was like, it's really just never that serious, because I've heard guys use that term with me. They're like, oh, I felt like I could never talk to you, and I'm like, okay,
then why are you?
It's like, why didn't
Yeah.
I'm like,
why are you talking to me now?
I'm like, to an extent, I appreciate that. I'm like, but why?
Why like offer that information or like what is
or
that?
Don't even tell me that. I wish men like stop doing that. Regardless of the woman, game from a woman to a man. Don't ever tell a woman like, oh, I'm so surprised that you're on my phone, or I'm so shocked that you even like. Don't tell us that, because no, like keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Like even if you feel like that, why would you want to tell us that? Because now in the back of my mind, every time that you're being that gentleman, or I'm gonna think, okay, is he going out of his way?
Yeah.
Or is he really doing this because he genuinely,
wants to do it right?
And another little tidbit for like for men, women, this is honestly for women and men, people in general value like confidence. So even if you don't, I always have said, I'm like, even if you don't, that's why I was mad. I cried in front of that man, because I'm like, this was during my senior year at the time when I was like Miss Grambling. And so I was like, I don't think people would look at it and be like, oh, like but that wasn't the case. Like,
you still human.
I still had the same struggles everybody else had. So I'm like, no, like, and you just don't, I don't say don't let people see like a weak part of you, but certain people you can't let that guard down. I'm not saying he was one of those people. He was a really kind guy, but I'm just like,
discernment.
Yeah, you just can't let people see that side of you. To some people, you need to just constantly show them like that confidence and that you're sure of yourself, regardless of how you feel. I think to ensure that like you have to stay secure in yourself by doing those affirmations in the morning, like speaking positivity over your life, because to let a man or a woman like see your weakness, they may not say it, but something in their mind shifts.
It's gonna click.
It's gonna be like, oh, like,
and it happens. It happens.
And some people think like once that shift happens, like, I got this person wrapped around my finger, and you don't want people to feel like that. Like, and I've noticed with some men, like once they see like, oh, she really, really liked me, they start feeling like, oh, I could
do whatever.
Yeah,
I could string her along.
It's always better when the man likes the woman a little bit more.
I literally told that to somebody the other day.
On that hill, I've had to learn it the hard way, the easy way, intermediate. My aunt telling me like, and she told me that years before I got into college. She was just like, and I thought that was just so like, I was like, no, like that's, but the older you get, it just works. The dynamic just works better when the man likes the woman more.
I told my friend that the other day because he's in a relationship, and I was like, I want to see you doing more for her and doing all these things. He was like, oh, like she's cool. I'm like, no, I said, I want to see you going out of your way for her. Like, I want you to just do more. And I said, honestly and truthfully, I'm like, if you really care about her, you need to like her more than she likes you, because I'm like, you're going to get to the point where you get comfortable, and because she likes you so much, she's going to accept it. You're going to stop
doing certain things like little date nights or like
little things.
Yeah,
the little
makes
things.
sense.
And he was just like, no, I was like, no, you need to, you have to do more. And I try to put it in perspective. I'm like, think about if you had like a sister, or if you have a daughter one day, how you would want a man to treat her. I'm like, would you want your daughter or your sister to be treated how you're treating this person? Like, or would you want them to be doing above and beyond? And it's like, oh, above and beyond. Okay, then do that for her.
Yeah, set the example.
And if you don't feel like you have it in you to do that for this person, maybe this is not the person for you, because
let her know.
Yeah, because I'm like, the woman you really want to be with, it's not going to feel like a chore to do all these things for her. You're going to want to.
Say it again.
She's just going to feel like a chore. Naturally, you know, she's going to want to do it because she wants to. Like, she takes pride into it.
Same with men. Like, women are going to want to let you lead and like almost take that more submissive role and like be there to support her, man, if you know how to do it right. Like, if you don't, it's gonna make it harder. And I know for me specifically, if I feel like a man can't lead me, I'm gonna lead, I'm gonna do it. And sometimes it makes them feel like, oh, I'm not as much of a man, but I'm like, you have to be the one to take that dominant role.
Maddie, you a Capricorn?
Yeah,
that's us. You know what I'm saying? That's us. That's us. I think that's a Capricorn trait.
Really?
Not to
Somebody
make
else told me that too.
Not to make it a sign thing, but I think we're just naturally born women. Leaders. We know how to lead, but it's like we don't want to
lead every time.
We don't want to do it. Like we don't want to do it, but I just feel like we can't afford to get led by a man that's not paying attention, that's not aware, and that's not taken away. He may be going through things. We're human. We have faults, and that's fine. But just know I can't follow you until you get that together. You know what I'm saying? And you need to be a man of God.
Yep.
You know, I can follow a man. I can follow a man and follow God. We good. We're great.
Yeah.
Everything else has to align. And if it's not, communicate that. Like, communicate that. There's no hatred. There's no hard feelings. Like,
I told a guy that, I said, if you are not, because he was like, man of God, like, what do you mean? I'm like, if you're not following God and God is not leading you, what are you being led by? I said, so how can I follow you? Because where are you going to lead me to? I said, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, now we're leading each other to nowhere. Because I'm like, where are we going? What are we doing? Because what is the relationship built on? What is the foundation of it if it's not God? So.
And women, we're naturally going to do. We're going to do what we need. Like we know what we bring to the table.
Yeah.
We're going to be nurturing. We're going to be caring. We're going to be supportive. We're going to be entertaining. You know, the sensuality, the just, you know, all of that is going to come with that. Yeah. But it's like, that's just not for free. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I mean that figuratively and literally. Like, what are you pouring into me to make me excited to do it?
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's really good. I'm going to clip that. That's good. Okay. So my last thing, we talked a lot about love bombing. I want to talk about ghosting. And I don't know, have y'all ever been ghosted?
Yes, and I've been doing it.
You've been the ghoster?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's not like I just don't say nothing. I just speak my piece. Yeah. And then I proceed to, I don't have nothing to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't have nothing else to say. If I see you, hey, how you doing? Like it's no
bad blood.
None of that. But I don't have nothing else to say.
Yeah. Yeah. That was it.
Ditto. I've been
have you ghosted someone? You're like plenty of times.
Like, yeah, like what you mean?
Of course.
Yeah, no, I've been on BS before. I ain't going. I'm not gonna jack it. I have, but I've been on the receiving end of it.
You've been ghosted.
How did it make you feel? Did it humble you? I'm gonna ask you that again.
This is the second time.
Did it humble you?
Yeah, a little bit, but like I don't even know if humble the right word. It just gave me like more perspective.
Okay.
Like,
do you know why they ghosted you?
She was like going back and forth between like a old ex. It was like a messed up triangle. So like, yeah, I lost in that. But it was probably for the better because she cuckoo. But
but I have a question. Yeah. Like, did you enjoy it? Because you stayed in it. So was it a part of you that like enjoyed?
I mean, for what it wasn't like. I mean, it didn't have like a set label. I was trying to get it to where it was having a label, but again, it was just we wasn't seeing eye to eye about stuff, and then like she going back and forth with her own situation. But I mean, well, actually, ask the question again. I'm sorry, I was about to go on a tangent.
Yeah, what's when I enjoy it, I'm trying to see. I don't know if that's the right word. Like, because you could have left at any point, is what I'm saying. Like, you didn't have to stay in the triangle. So, like, was it a part of you, like the ego in you was like, man, I can get her, like, from him, like.
I think that's part of it, but I don't know if it's an ego thing. I think it was more like how I was talking about putting people on a pedestal, or like we see the potential. I kept seeing the potential, so I was like, you know what,
got you.
I could keep like chipping away and see if like I could shift her mind to. But at the end of the day, like she got chosen, she chose that side, didn't choose me. So I took it as a lesson, like, you know, like you could chase. Like I say this, you don't have to chase anybody else for you.
Yeah, what's for you is going to be for you.
I think a rejection is a redirection.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can say that with jobs, you can say that with relationships, everything. Like it's not, you know, people come into your life for a season, people come into your life for a reason, and you just gotta figure out which one's which.
I don't think I've ever ghosted anyone intentionally. Some people have said I have ghosted. I'm like, maybe I just forgot to respond. Like I'm a
bad texter though, so
yeah,
I don't like texting. Call me,
FaceTime, yeah, you know me, FaceTime me, call, yeah, FaceTime.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not finna text. I just no.
Yeah,
because then I leave the text message in the text box, and I'm a talker, like, and I'm animated and eclectic. Like, call me, girl. Like, FaceTime me. I don't have time about it.
How do y'all feel about people who like? I just maybe this is more of a question for myself. I just want to hear y'all's opinion. Okay. People who like pop in and out. Like I don't know if y'all have ever experienced that. Like someone from the past is like you never completely close that chapter, so it's kind of like they're kind of like a here and there person. It's like oh you'll talk to them, kind of fall out again. Not fall out, but like fade out a little bit, and they come back. It's like in and out, different seasons.
So you asking like how how you deal with it, or like what's your
like how do y'all feel about that, or why do you feel like that happens?
Ooh.
I was gonna say I feel like I've been that person to people, and I feel like I've had that done to me. Like people who kind of come in, you're like, oh, y'all talk for a little bit, and then y'all stop, and then it was never like anything serious, but it's always like a little flirtiness there. Like it's always a little something.
You want to take this one? You?
Oh no, I got mine. I'm gonna
wait on me. Okay.
I got mine.
I don't know. I think for some people it's like it's a level of familiarity there.
Yeah.
So I guess for the people that are anxious and worried about it, somebody leaving, they may see it as like, okay, well, they've been coming back like in a cyclical way, so maybe that's makes them secure. I don't know. I think just a couple things, like it's familiar, it's easy, it's you ain't got to go out your way.
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing new. You have to start over with somebody.
Yeah,
I
that's
saw,
true.
and then it also might be a level of convenience with it too. So I think it'd be a couple of reasons why like people lean into that, or like people will lean into it.
I like your word choice. I like your word choice.
I'm trying to figure out why I like allow it, because I'm not gonna say everybody has that, because everybody probably doesn't, but there's always been like a guy that's there, and I'm like,
You got
well,
like
yeah,
a spot
like
for him,
yeah,
kinda, like
like
soft spot.
I love him. Like I'm not in love with you, but like I do
Yeah.
like him. Like
Yeah.
he's, and when he comes back in, I'm like, you know what? I like him. Like I do like him.
Like, yeah, you come on, come back in.
Yeah, I'm like, I missed you a little bit, and then kind of fade out again. Then maybe I'll see him. I'm like, you know what? I do like you. I almost forgot I liked you. Like, this is why I like you. I just don't know why I allow it, but it's like you said, I think it's familiarity, and then like just being comfortable. And it's like, oh, you do like this person. Like they are kind of cool. Like something about you I really, really like, to the point where obviously I keep like allowing this to happen. Like I keep letting you kind of come back and we do this little back and forth banter. But I just want to know like y'all's thoughts on that.
Okay, so with that, I just now, like in my second life, I don't like that. Like I feel like you need to seize the moment, because I feel like every time I let you come back in, you know what I'm saying? Even if it is a sense of familiarity, every time I let you come back in, I feel like that's me settling. And I just feel like the God that I serve, emphasis on that, would not have me settling, or just, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you doing that to yourself? And it's like, you can't continuously blame them every time you let them in. It doesn't work, or something comes up, because it's like at this point, after the first time, really second time maybe, because we could be a little, you know, but really like after those first two times, it's like, okay, like I, you know, like now you're doing this to yourself. Like, do you care about yourself? Do you have, you know, self-worth when it comes to you? Like, what are you doing to pour into you? Because if you care about you, you wouldn't even make it comfortable for them to even do that, for them to even think that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just feel like no. And if I do, it hasn't been at that same level of access. Like I'm really big on that now. Like we're cool. It doesn't have to be, you know, any bad blood, but you'll never get that access from me. No. It's too good. It's too good. That's why you back here in the first place. So I can't, you know, I can't do that. I gotta stand on business.
That's why I felt like, because I had posted something on my notes the other day, and I was like, if he wanted to, he would, plain and simple. If I was like, yes, girl, I'm like, am I a hypocrite? Because I just got off the phone with this boy. Like,
it didn't be like that. It didn't be like that. Like,
I was like, I'm gonna delete my note. I'm embarrassed. Because everyone was like, yes, girl, I'm trying to get like you.
I'm gonna take it down in the morning. Take it down in the morning.
Like, how old are you, Maddie?
23.
Okay, you're 23. How old are you, Matthew?
24.
Okay, we're 24, 23. Like, we're still young. You know, I'm not saying just be foolish and don't be aware and don't use or apply your discernment, but give yourself grace, because we're figuring ourselves out. We're living in different times. It's just a lot, you know, and not to use that as an excuse, but just like whatever you learn, whatever lesson you learn, and if you know that lesson hurt you, or you know you didn't benefit from it, or you didn't grow from it in a positive way, leave it alone. Let that be like that indication, like, okay, this is not, you know, because you can still get the same amount of growth or learn the same lesson under different circumstances. It doesn't have to break you down like that, you know.
I think that's a good note to end on, to cheers on. Period.
Yes, thank you, because this wine was good and it was showing how to be gone.
Yeah.
But thank y'all so much for joining me. Like, this conversation was good. Like, I really liked, like, we just kept, I was like, as y'all were talking, I was like, ooh, I thought of this, thought of that. So this was good. I appreciate y'all.
And I appreciate being on a podcast with well-spoken, well-articulate, expressive individuals.
Yes, this is great. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Her Reality Check. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Her Reality Check Podcast, and on YouTube as well. Subscribe to my channel, y'all. I'm trying to build it up, and it's going well though. Thank y'all so much, family, for tuning in. All of the love and support, and I'll see y'all on the next episode. Love you. Bye.